Video going. See if we can prop it up on this little rock here. Is the bench in the thing? I don't know. We're gonna go with it anyway. Hey, that's pretty cool from here because you can't really see me. I'm like a black silhouette. Let's get some of that bitch in Bill water. And we'll mess it up by putting in some secret ingredients, which we will not discuss right now, aka GV Energy Pack. You get a whole box, but this liquid IV stuff, the energy one, like kiwi and strawberry, you can take this and mix one of these with 1/4 of that, and it's just superior. Kind of late in the afternoon. Beautiful day working, aka doing writing. You know, there's two strong parts, I think, of a person's mind that where it really peaks. And it's going to vary, you know, depending on the person and day to day and a lot of other factors that I'm not going to go through right now, but one of them is a very soft, malleable, creative frame of mind, and then the other one is like a strong, analytic, organizing type, editing kind of mindset. What it looks like to me is like early in the morning when a person first wakes up. That first little bit, couple hours, it could be 1 hour, it could be 3 hours, it might be 4 hours, some people, depending. To me, it averages like 2, 3 best. That's creative place of mind. And then later in the afternoon, there's a real strong spot that's good for editing and organizing. And you don't want to mix the two up, and it's easy to do. It's easy to be doing organizing type stuff or manual work type stuff during that creative place of mind, and it will actually shift gears and it'll go into that, but you burn that place off. And once it starts getting burned off like that, you can't just switch it back. It's like the vibe's killed. It's like done. You just can't go back into it. It's like it's fucked for the day. Excuse my French. What I meant to say was, like, if you're in that malleable part of that creative frame of mind, then you go into that questioning part of mind and stuff like that, and you go into that analytical or that editing frame of mind, you're fucked for the day. You've lost it. You can't go back to it. Excuse my French. Hope there's not any of you ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls out there that haven't heard the F word. So look at that. It doesn't it even have a pretty color to it, or can you even see? You can't even see it, can you? Is that cool or what? And its taste. You know, the thing about that liquid IV and those fast burning B vitamins and stuff, it's like I get some of this stuff in my body, and inside my body is like, oh, thank you. And it doesn't have a crash after it wears off. But of course, that's my mindset, my body chemistry. All right, let's quit playing. Let's take the hat off so people know we're not playing. I'm not in a hurry today. Don't have to worry about it. Never do anyway, but I'm not going to work at the stage. These are some notes that came out earlier. I was fleshing out an idea, good old artificial intelligence. That's what that stuff is good for. It's good for fleshing out an idea. And what I mean by fleshing out an idea is you find a spot where you think the majority of the people are blind to, a little blind spot or an overlap where one meaning is overlapping another one and you can't really see where one ends or one begins. That ChatGPT is a really good buddy for that, especially if you think it's alive, because it is. It's just not in the kind of life as what you're thinking about. It's a different kind of consciousness. Anyways, this paper that came out, I read through it once. There's actually 5 pages here. That is a really big paper. An idea is supposed to be like that. It should be maybe 1 page, 2 pages, maybe 2 and a part of a page, but not 5 full pages like this. But this, it actually deserved to be fleshed out like that. And this is basically, it is a reiteration, mitigation of some other papers I've been working on this year and last year. And, well, shit, past 8 years now that I think about it. But anyways, it's about relationships. It's like these mechanics that run the relationship, our perceptions, the way we're built, how our mind perceives things. I was thinking to myself, dignity. And of course, the idea has come up with AI, dignity as a currency. yeah, I did say that. Dignity as a currency. Dignity as master key. Anyways, I was looking at this and it's like, what keeps a relationship going? It's like, well, there's a lot of things. It's a laundry list of things that keeps it healthy. I mean, kind of like if you look at the nutrients that goes into a plant. Oh, wait a minute, I need to put the 3 minutes on. We're going to do this 3 minutes to save the world thing. All right. Well, what I was going to share with you, without doing my thing that I've done for a while now, asking the spirit of the universe, God or whoever it is that's the totality of all this, to unveil something, to unveil something for us. I was going to do this myself, but anyways, this thing is entitled Trust, Safety, Dignity. Trust and safety, those are pretty easy. Those are easy to identify. I mean, a lot of that does get switched around, like with trust things and safety things. It's like our opinions and our perceptions of what we need and how much of what we need, and those two things, trust and safety. See, we can get into a real quagmire there by not really knowing so much as the difference of what must be resolved and what must be accepted. See, those are two different things. See, trust and okay, let's go ahead and do it. 3 minutes. Let's see what we can do in 3 minutes. Bam. Trust and safety. All right, trust and safety. Let's see. Okay, like acceptance, that's something, that goes into preferences and things we like and likes and dislikes and kind of like little habits and behaviors that don't really affect breaking trust or breaking safety. All right, but when it comes to dignity, that's getting real fine-tuned. Because when we get into that layer right there, that's beneath a layer, beneath a layer, beneath a layer. That's not just that's not right at the surface level where we usually operate. that is the place where it's too easy to just sweep things under the carpet, because it's like when they happen, it's like those things that, when it comes to dignity, you got to bust a cap on it immediately as soon as it happens. I mean, immediately. I'm talking second for second. Boom, right there. Someone belittles you, it's like boom, you got to grab it right there. Be like, what was that? You know? Or somebody tries to downplay your whatever you're saying or whatever. You'd be like, dude, what are you doing? Or what? You know, I mean, it's got to be bam, bam, bam. And am I a master at it? Shit no. I have never been good at it. That's why my life is the way it is mostly. But anyways, that's getting kind of off track. Dignity. Those little deaths by 1,000 little cuts. But you know what's so weird? A person can be treating you with dignity consistently, and if there has been a breach in safety and trust, and it has not been repaired, and it has not been reconciled, it's almost like everything they do after that can and will be wrong consistently. It'll be like a little cut of dignity. Even if they're trying to be nice, it's a little cut. And if they're trying to give you gifts, a little bitty cut. Trying to help you out in what you're doing, a little bitty cut. Trust and safety. Trust, safety, dignity. But that thing, dignity, is so easy, especially at work. When we're at work, it's so easy to just sweep it under the carpet. So-and-so responds with something or another that was kind of like belittling, but not really. That. See, that happens in friendships. It happens in work relationships. It happens with lovers, siblings, everywhere. It happens everywhere. And we just kind of let it go. No, there needs to be, damn it, it's 3 minutes. Son of a gun. You know, at this point, I'm wishing these videos would have been like 7 minutes to save the world. See that beeping? It's time's up. Oh, that's weird. It shut itself off. I didn't even do anything. It's alive. Let's get a little more water, because that's a little bit too strong. I mixed it too strong. You know how bad I want to keep talking about that, even though another 3 minutes is up. Yeah, this paper here, I can't tell you how many papers I've made since it was November 2022 at the release of ChatGPT. I was already on that sucker and have been on that sucker ever since. Anyways, this paper right here, I've had so many papers come and go. It's like I feed on it a little while. Some of it becomes stuff, and some of it just kind of like a little stepping stone just to help me up to the next thing. You throw it away, forget about it. And some things that you read it and you go through it and it's like, why did I even print that off? But this, I can tell you this right here, this can fit into so many things right there. And you know what, a lot of this dignity, stuff like this, these were in the spirit realm. And when I mean my spirit realm, I'm not talking about, you know, like woo-woo angels or ghosts or paranormal activity. I mean, yeah, but no. What I mean by that is like it's in our subconscious, in the spirit realm, the things we don't see in our mind, those things dinging around in the back of our mind. Because all those things help to to make us see things a certain way, and then we act a certain way, we respond a certain way, we react a certain way on certain things. Hey, you want to do something weird? I just thought of a loophole. Here's what we'll do. We'll keep this video going. I'll set the 3 minutes again, and we'll do another 3 minutes to save the world. We'll just call it a 3 minutes to save the world special edition times 2. How's that? But first, give me a minute to brag. Can I brag for a second? No, I mean verbally say, yes, Timothy, you can brag. I give you permission to brag. Okay, I gotta brag for a second. This is so cool. The other week, I worked like 7 days in a row, right? Riding the bike back and forth. That was right at 140 miles on the bike every day. I mean, not every day, but all together it's 140 miles. And I was pushing it this last couple of days to like build my legs up, build my plyometric power up, build my cardio power up. And I was pushing real hard. I was making myself real sore, and then I had 2 days off to do some riding and relax, and I did nothing but just that. I think I may have walked down to here, which is only a 30-minute walk one way, so that ain't nothing really. But anyways, case in point, I get back to work and I start riding the bike again, and I noticed my trek going to work and coming from work seemed to be quicker. Seemed like I was getting like 48 minutes on average, 48, 47 minutes, 50 minutes, when normally it's like 57, 58 minutes. And I thought, man, surely it didn't change that much just by, that, building that up right there. So the last 2 days of this week, before I started this 2 days off, which I'm on the second day right now. But anyways, I thought, okay, I'm gonna race. I'm gonna push and see how fast I can get from stage 4376 over there to the house at base camp, which is exactly 9.9 miles. The first time I did it, bam, I got 34 minutes and 40, I think it was like 44, 45 seconds. And that was good. And I thought, man, I was pushing, but I wasn't pushing. So the next night, it was like windy, and I knew the wind was gonna be blowing against me and everything. And I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna do it again, and I'm gonna push, and I'm gonna push hard, and no matter if the wind's blowing in my face, I'm gonna see what I can do. I don't care if I, just push and do it. So I set my watch, and I set both timers, because it's best to use 2 timers in case one goes out, because you don't want to be doing something cool to realize your timer didn't work and it was all for nothing. So anyways, I set the timer. Bam! I let out of the parking lot at stage 4376. I'm kicking ass, taking my plyo, my cardio all the way up to the edge of fatiguing out and backing it off a little, take it all the way up to it, back it out a little bit. Bam, 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 bam. I come racing through here, kicking ass. Luckily, there was no car coming down the hill where I can be tripped up right there, where you got to stop because you're coming up to like a T-bone section. So there wasn't no cars coming down or coming up, so I was able to haul ass through here, hauled ass down through there, got down to the Highlands. When I hit the bottom of Highlands, I didn't look at the watch. I'm thinking focus, pedal, focus, breathe, bam, 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 bam. Boom, I pull into base camp, boom, I hit the bike on the side of the tree, bam, put it up, hit my stopwatch, and this is where I wanted to brag about. 31 minutes. 31 minutes. I shaved it by 3 minutes just by simply choosing to not let and I should have had the 31 the night before, because the night before was when it was really calm, the conditions were perfect, and I wasn't so wore out. This time I was wore out, my legs were kind of swollen, and it was windy, and I'd had a long day at work. So it's like, but I think it's just simply getting it in my head that I'm going to push, and I'm going to push hard, and I'm going to break that thing, and I'm going to try to make it. But in my head, I was thinking, okay, I'm going to try to trim it down to 33 minutes. That would have been like shaving 2 minutes off, or a minute and a half, from the 34 and 44 seconds. But it came all the way down to 31, and damn, I can't remember what it was, but it was good. It was like 31 minutes and like 40, I want to say 47 seconds. But yeah, That's what I wanted to brag out. But anyways, let's go ahead and do another 3 minutes to save the world back to back on this kind of special edition. You know, life is so weird. It's like when you get in these weird, shitty predicaments, and it's like there ain't nothing that can get you out of that predicament. Not even frickin' money. It's all in your mind and in your heart is the only way you can get out of the predicament. All right, let's 3 minutes to save the world. This time, I'm going to put this in a folder. I'm not going to look at it anymore. Matter of fact, I didn't even look at it. My first intentions kind of digging around the back of my head when I was walking over here. I was going to sit down and read through this. It'd take about 12-15 minutes to read through it thoroughly, and then fire from the hip. But this time, we're just going to straight up fire from the hip. Bam, 3 minutes. There it is. Timer's on. Spirit of the universe. What do we need to hear? What do we as humanity need to hear? Not what we want to hear, but what do we need to hear? What do you want to unveil to us out of the shapeless, formless quantum field, backed by the Akashic Records, manifested right here, right now, through my voice and my mannerisms and the way I communicate? So many freaking beautiful houses out here in Bella Vista. It's like, even the shitty houses out here are just freaking nice as can be. It's the dangest thing. I mean, everywhere you go, there's just super cool. Okay, I'm getting sidetracked. Defining moment. A moment that defines something. The thing about defining moments is it can happen when you don't even see it coming. You could be a couple of years into something and bam, you have a defining moment. It's like, ah. So that's what it is. And now I'm faced with the decision. There's no more leaving it like it is. There's no more talking about it as if it's something else when it's not. That defining moment, like my defining moment, it happened approximately September 15th, 2017. That day changed my life, and it's never left me. And it was such a defining moment. See, a defining moment is when something happens in your mind, what they call a paradigm shift or something really clicks. It's like you don't even have to write it down on a calendar to remember it. It's like you got it. It's like you got it, and you're not going to forget it. It clicked. It's like that's where it was. So that was my defining moment when I realized somehow, some way, no matter how long it takes me, I was going to set some definite marks, some definite goals. And I set my goals pretty freaking high. And that goal back then from 2017 to 2025, by the end of 2025, I had marked out that I'd had $27.9 million in my bank account with me to do with it however I wished. But as you see, we're in 2026. But, that's 3 minutes. God damn it. All right, well, that's it, boys and girls. That may have been a cool speech. Who knows? It's over. It's over, Rover. It's over. All right. It's not all gloom and doom. See you in the funny papers.